Hey there, coffee lovers! Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're taking a closer look at the HiBREW Hand Grinder. Let's check out what's in the box. It comes with a sturdy protective case, which is always nice to have. The handle is made of solid aluminum with no plastic parts, and the wooden knob looks great and spins smoothly. The overall design is unique. The gripping area has a polished striated surface and rubber band with a leather-like texture. It feels good to hold. You have a screw-on catch cup, which is also polished and well made. It uses my favorite external grind adjustment mechanism. It's a convenient way to adjust grind size for hand grinders. There are 55 clicks for adjusting the grind, with 11 numbers on the ring and 5 clicks between each. Each click changes the grind size by about 33 microns. The grinder's dual bearings ensure it spins smoothly without wobbling. In the box, you also find a cleaning brush and a manual. The grinder weighs 495 grams, and the size and weight feel just right for a portable hand grinder. Overall, I think this HiBREW hand grinder has a unique vibe that stands out among other hand grinders on the market. The color combination and finish look premium, even compared to pricier models. It's a bit larger than the Espresso Q2, and about the same size as the Time More C3. Now, let's take it apart and check out the internal parts. For first-time disassembly, the knob is very tight, so I need to use a tool to loosen it a bit. Once the knob is off, we have a plate that keeps the burr securely positioned. Here's the heart of the grinder, a 38mm conical burr, which is the standard size for many entry-level grinders. The blades are sharp and have an aggressive design. Next, there's a spring, and below that, you can see the lower bearing. When we remove the shaft, we find another bearing. Like many hand grinders, it's easy to disassemble and give it a thorough cleaning from time to time. Reassembling is simple too. Here is something you need to pay attention to. Align the shaft with the plate, then calibrate it to the 0 point by setting the ring to 0 before tightening the burr set. Now it's fully calibrated. Let's check out the grind size and consistency. According to the manual, settings 1 to 3 are ideal for espresso, and settings 6 to 9 work well for pour-over. We'll set it to 6 for a medium grind. Whenever I get a new hand grinder, I like to test it by grinding a few grams to verify the grind size, since manuals can sometimes be inaccurate depending on the beans. For medium grinds, the consistency looks solid, with not much fine dust or boulders. In my sifter test, 50% of the grounds fall within the 400 to 900 micron range, which is not bad for an entry-level grinder. For espresso, I set it to number 2. The grind is coarser than expected, which may work well with a pressurized basket, but would be too coarse for non-pressurized ones. After adjusting to number 1, the consistency is much better for espresso. Don't hesitate to go finer to dial in the perfect shot. On the coarser end, I set it to 9, which is ideal for French press or cold brew. Overall, this grinder does a great job across brewing methods, particularly for medium grinds used in pour-over or drip coffee. Let's brew some coffee and check the grinding speed. First, weigh out 15 grams of beans. I always spray some water to help reduce static, even with a hand grinder. I'll start with a pour-over, so set the grinder to number 6. The grinding process is smooth and easy, taking just 40 seconds to grind 15 grams. That's impressive for a hand grinder with a 38mm burr set. Now let's brew some coffee using the origami dripper. Yeah, it does a good job for pour over. The drip rate is good. The coffee is pleasant to drink with a clean and bright taste. Let's check out the espresso. I'll pull a shot using HiBREW's H10B for testing. We'll start with the grind size set to number 1. One advantage of the external grind adjustment is that it's very easy to switch between brew methods. It's also effortless to grind beans at this espresso setting. There's no strong resistance while grinding, but it does take a bit longer, finishing at 1 minute and 15 seconds. This speed is above average compared to other hand grinders with a small burr. For puck preparation, as usual, I do a WDT to declump the grounds, distribute them evenly, and tamp down while keeping the puck level. After a few seconds of pre-infusion, I notice the drip rate is too fast, even though the pressure is in the green zone. This means I need to go even finer for a proper shot. Now adjust it 1 click finer. As mentioned before, 1 click adjusts 33 microns, which is a fairly large step for fine-tuning grind size. Because it's set finer, grinding now takes about 15 seconds longer. This time, the flow rate looks much better compared to the previous shot. The pressure increases, and the shot appears creamier with richer crema. However, you can't go 1 click finer or coarser without dramatically changing the flow rate. This is a key difference between an espresso grinder and a standard grinder. From this, I think this grinder is best suited for filter coffee. Look at that! A decent shot of espresso. Even without a broad range for fine-tuning, this grinder does a great job for espresso. That's the review for this HiBREW hand grinder. It's a well-built, budget-friendly option for an entry-level grinder. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below. Thanks for watching.